Before the conflict began in February, Russia provided as much as 40% of Europe's gas needs. Those countries are scrambling to cut deals across the Middle East and Africa amid a spike in prices as Russia reduces supplies. European Union officials traveled to Dakar in February to meet Mr. Kane. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz followed with a visit to the West African nation in May to pursue gas and renewable energy projects. Senegal projects $1.4 billion of oil and gas revenues from 2023 to 2025 based on a benchmark price of $90 a barrel. Production at Senegal's Greater Tortue Amiam gas project is scheduled to start next year. The offshore field straddling the border between Senegal and Mauritania is set to produce 2.5 million tons of liquefied natural gas in the first phase, which will double to 5 million tons in the second phase. Sri Lanka has granted permission for the Chinese space tracking vessel Omanfm to dock at a port that China runs. The Hambantota port is the southernmost in Sri Lanka and has raised the concern of India. The Chinese space tracking vessel Omanfm was given permission to dock early next week at Sri Lanka's southernmost port, Hambantota. Hambantota has been a Chinese-run port since 2017 when Sri Lanka and China signed a 99-year lease after Colombo struggled to pay back debt. The Omanfm survey vessel is described by security analysts as the latest generation of China's space tracking ships capable of monitoring satellites, rockets, and intercontinental ballistic missiles. Washington has said Oman-class ships are operated by the Strategic Support Force of the People's Liberation Army. In other stories, Israeli container shipping company Zim has invested $5.5 million in a container tracking firm as the market for smart container is set to explode. Zim revealed itself as a participant in a Series A financing round alongside other new and existing investors in Hoopo System, a provider of tracking solutions for unpowered assets like dry shipping containers. The investment is intended to help Hoopo develop technology for the maritime industry, including the use of solar-powered tracking devices for containers. According to the president and CEO of Zim, Eli Glickman, there are approximately 26 million dry containers worldwide, and Hoopo's cutting-edge tracking technology has the potential to revolutionize the way industry players track their movement, enabling further optimization of container fleet. According to shipping industry analyst Drury, the market for smart is set to explode in the coming years as supply chain stakeholders are seeking to gain more visibility into freight movement as supply chain have descended into chaos during the COVID-19 pandemic. For comparison, at the end of 2021, only 3.6% of global container fleet was equipped with such devices, according to jury figures, but technology is mainly reserved for reefer and intermodal containers, where smart containers represent approximately a third and 40% of the respective global fleet. In April, German ocean carrier Hapag-Lloyd announced intention to equip its entire dry box fleet, representing approximately 3 million TEUs, with smart devices as it seeks to become a first mover in the space. In our final story, late container charges known as detention and demurrage, D&D, in the United States are the highest in the world, according to a recent report by Container Exchange. Detention is the charge The merchant pays for holding an ocean carrier's container outside the port, terminal, or depot beyond the contracted fee time. In this portion of the contract, an ocean carrier stipulates how long a merchant can have the container before charges are composed. Demurrage is the charge related to a merchant's use of the container while in the port. The merchant is allotted a certain amount of free time to have the container in the port before charges are accrued. The merchant pays the ocean carrier a fee if the merchant goes beyond the amount of contracted free time. This charge is to motivate merchant to move the container out of the port. Port congestion has been a big factor in inhibiting the swift movement of containers out of the port. Recently, Maritime and Port News, proudly sponsored by the Ghana Shippers Authority. They provide you with the best in all your shipping solutions. Contact them at the Shippers House in Accra. My name is Nanesi Boateng, my producer, Kwekwa Boateng. Have a great day.